Hi guys, welcome to Pathopulse underscore Radhika. So today's clinical scenario based question is: an 8-month-old child was brought to pediatric OPD with complaints of failure to thrive. There is history of multiple long bone fractures since birth and the complete blood counts showed pancytopenia. An X-ray showed the following. What could be a possible diagnosis? Acute leukemia, osteopetrosis, osteogenesis imperfecta, osteoporosis. So now let's summarize the question. It's basically a child who has got fractures. That means you have some problem with the bone, and pancytopenia, that means you have some problem with the bone marrow, because that's where all your hematopoietic cells are being produced, right? So, and you have an X-ray finding. So even if you don't know anything, you can rule out one option, osteoporosis, because it usually occurs in a post-menopausal female. It occurs in a post-menopausal female. So the next option which you can rule out is, any guess which one you can rule out? It is option A. Why? Because you can have leukemia at this age, but you will have usually some predisposing condition, and usually you will have some or additional clue if it's an acute leukemia, and acute leukemia usually doesn't cause fracture. So this is last on the lot. So your answer must be either option B or option C. Now let's go to the X-ray. So how does a bone appear on an X-ray? So your bone will have a cortex and your bone will have a medulla, right? So when you look at the X-ray, what happens? This cortex will be radio opaque and your medulla will appear a little darker. But what you see here in this X-ray, you don't see any medullary cavity. You don't see any medullary cavity. The full bone is white. The entire bone is white. That is radio opaque. So this is a sclerotic bone. So why is it appearing sclerotic? Because it doesn't have any medullary cavity. Okay. So because you don't have any medullary cavity, the bone is sclerotic. So because of that, you have one characteristic appearance called Erlen-Mayo flask appearance. So what is Erlen-Mayo flask appearance? Because there is no bone resorption, there is no formation of medullary cavity, so the ends of the bone will appear bulbous like a flask. So this is called Erlen-Mayo flask deformity. So the bone will be sclerotic, but it's more prone for fracture. Okay. And because you don't have the medullary cavity, there is no hematopoietic elements in the marrow. So you have pancytopenia, right? So with this history of fracture, pancytopenia, and you have a sclerotic bone with Erlen-Mayo flask deformity, your answer is osteopetrosis. Okay, so it's osteopetrosis. So now let's see about osteopetrosis. So this is how an Erlen-Mayo flask looks like, and this is how your sclerotic bone without any medullary cavity looks like. Okay, now let me tell you what is osteopetrosis. So osteopetrosis. So what's the other name for osteopetrosis? So your bone will be like a marble. So it's called marble bone disease. So it's called marble bone disease. So don't confuse this with brittle bone disease. So brittle bone disease is, any guess what it is? Brittle bone is osteogenesis imperfecta. So remember, osteogenesis imperfecta is due to defect in collagen, type 1 collagen. So you can have blue sclera in that. Okay. So there, because your collagen is not proper, your bone will be very brittle. So it's called brittle bone disease. Whereas marble bone disease is osteopetrosis. So now let me take a bone. So you have a bone. Okay, you have your medulla. That's how a normal bone should look like. You should have a cortex and a medulla. So how does your medulla form? So if you take a trabeculae of bone, you have some types of cells called osteoblasts and you have certain cells called osteoclast. So in your bone, you can have osteocyte, osteoclast and osteoblast. So what is the function of all these cells? So your osteoblasts are the ones which are going to form your bone. They are bone forming cells, whereas osteoclasts are your bone destroying cells, or in other words, they help in resorption, bone resorption. So for normal bone to be formed, you need both osteoblast and osteoclast. So your osteoblast will form bone and that bone is remodeled by your osteoclast, right? So normally during development, what happens? You have a bone. So your osteoclast or the cells which will be present in certain pits. Okay. So these pits, they will have an acidic pH. There will be acidification of the pit. So because of the acidification of the pit, by these osteoclasts and certain other mechanisms, what happens? Your bone will get resorbed. So once your bone gets resorbed, what happens? You get your medullary cavity being formed. So your medullary cavity of the bone will be formed. Then your hematopoietic elements will be there and they start producing your hematopoietic cells. But what happens if you don't have this osteoclast functioning properly, or if you don't have acidification happening properly? Acidification of the pit doesn't happen. Your medullary cavity will not be resorbed. So only because of this acidification, what happens? The calcium hydroxyapatite in the bone is resorbed and you have your medullary cavity being formed. If you have any problem with this acidification, what happens? Your bone will be sclerotic, and that's what the main pathogenesis in osteopetrosis. So there is a problem with the function of osteoclast, or you have basically some abnormality in osteoclast or acidification of resorption pit. So when you come to acidification of resorption pit, you have so many channels involved, your chloride channels, and so many enzymes involved in acidification. So one such enzyme is carbonic anhydrase 2. Okay, so if you have any abnormality in acidification of the pit, you can have osteopetrosis, and that's why your medullary cavity doesn't get formed. So you don't have hematopoietic elements, so you will have pancytopenia. But what will happen? Your bone marrow is not functioning, so your body tries to produce your hematopoietic elements in other organs like your liver, spleen and all. So because of that, you can have extramedullary hematopoiesis. So what happens when you have extramedullary hematopoiesis? You have hematopoiesis happening in your liver and spleen. So the patient can have hepatosplenomegaly. So the child will have hepatosplenomegaly, failure to thrive, pancytopenia, a sclerotic bone with Erlen-Meyer-Flass deformity. So this is what happens in osteopetrosis. Okay, so let me summarize about osteopetrosis. So the other name for osteopetrosis is marble bone disease. So what's the main pathogenesis? So you have abnormality in osteoclast or acidification of the resorption pit. So that could be due to defect in any enzymes or any chloride channel or any other channel. So one example is defect in carbonic anhydrase 2. So because of that, what happens? No acidification, no resorption, no formation of medullary cavity. So your bone will be sclerotic, but they are not strong. They are more prone for fractures. So you don't have medullary cavity, so you can have pancytopenia and you can have extramedullary hematopoiesis, which can lead to hepatosplenomegaly, and the patient will have failure to thrive. Because you don't have a medullary cavity, the sclerotic bone appears as a Erlen-Meyer-Flass. So this is called Erlen-Meyer-Flass deformity. So remember, Erlen-Meyer-Flass deformity can occur in other conditions as well. So you post in the comments where all you can get Erlen-Meyer-Flass deformity. But this together with the sclerotic bone and other clinical features and biopsy features points to the diagnosis of osteopetrosis. Thank you.